your first short film, your first film, we were just talking while your picture was running that you'd made a feature film previously, and much like I'd done with my feature films, you'd then gone back to make a very high quality short film with all the kind of feature film knowledge. What was the feature film?
The feature film was called Zomblies.
Zomblies.
Yeah, it's a very silly action B movie. It takes itself very seriously, like all good B movies. And it's about a unit of guys that go up against a huge horde of zombies in infected territory.
Right.
And we had motorbike chases in there, we had airstrikes, we have all kinds of jazz going on. Great fun. 50 minutes long, cost us £10,000, which we borrowed and eventually managed to pay back. But there's no real kind of angle for making any money back off that.
Right.
So a lot of visual effects, a lot of fun. You guys probably have the trailer. There's
some stuff playing here right now.
So yeah, this is kind of like the sting for the making of documentary that just shows you a little bit of the spirit of the set. But yeah, fantastically good fun.
Right.
And the lesson we've learned there really is that we are capable of high production value, but in line with your vision from Gone Fishing, rather than trying to spread whatever resource we can scrape together over a feature-length project, or even in this case an hour-long project, compress that down, put it in a 5 to 10 minute piece that's easy to watch online. Don't try and make a load of money back off it, but it will spread through social media, it will spread to the right people, and there's a whole number of case studies of people. I mean, you look at Alive in Joburg, right? That's now District 9. That was a short film, went out on the internet, got a lot of attention, and it's happening again and again and again. So that's kind of where we're going now. So we're just starting our journey last week, actually, on our new short.
Right. So you didn't engage a sales agent or any of that with Zomblies?
We've been talking to people about distribution. It's difficult because it's it's been described as festival death, the duration of 50 minutes, because it's not a short, it's not a feature. It's a very difficult sale. The only thing it's really appropriate for is TV, and being a zombie action B movie, it's not really appropriate for TV.
Well, maybe Dynamo Player, as I've
we will see,
to be the new agent for Dynamo Player. Maybe that's a possible solution.
I mean, the kind of karma cancelling attitude we have at the moment is that if we are fortunate enough, and it is still a long shot because there is some fantastic competition in this rain dance competition, the results are out next Tuesday, and we're just in the last 10. If we are fortunate enough to be chosen and they produce our next picture, we're going to release Zomblies in its entirety online, free of charge, on Vimeo, to kind of counteract that karma and just stop worrying about the DVD and where we're going to get the distribution from, and just give it back to the people that help us make it. So that's the...
So, I mean, it is action-packed and it is lots of visual effects. Is that your After Effects kind of expertise there? Is it literally every third shot has an After Effects element?
Well, put it this way, the film's about a unit of 6 soldiers who spend the entire movie ripping zombies apart with guns and machetes and so on. We didn't have a single blank firing round. You know, it wasn't that kind of a budget. Every gunshot you see in there is a visual effect. Every zombie exploding you see in there is a visual effect. There's practical effects in there as well, but certainly not for the gun. So there is an awful lot of After Effects work. There's quite a lot of 3ds Max work as well. I'm lucky enough to actually live with the rest of my film company. And Shaz, big shout out again, is in charge of visual effects, specifically 3D visual effects, and he did some fantastic stuff with jets and huge walls to keep the zombies out that were all added in post afterwards.
So obviously we discussed you're not based in London, you're based down in Devon, 5-hour drive away from the quote-unquote centre of film in the UK. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? What are the pros and the cons of that?
There are a huge number of pros and cons. Obviously the infrastructure isn't there, but on the other hand everybody has a much more laid-back attitude. So if you want to film somewhere, they don't pull out the tariff. You know, you rock up, oh, you're making a movie, brilliant, can my kid be in it, kind of thing. So you've got that whole attitude. The biggest plus it's had for us is that we now know Dartmoor like the back of our hand, and Spielberg was up filming there over the summer, and we managed to sneak past all this security and meet him while he was shooting Warhorse. So that was kind of like the big thing. Like if we'd been in London, there would have been security like all around him all the time. But we actually had an awesome conversation with him and Janusz Kaminski as a result of kind of sneaking about on Dartmoor. So it does have its benefits.
Do you think the lower cost of living, you know, being out there, that helps, you know, tide you over in the difficult times?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a difficult time for everybody economically, especially when you're trying to run a film business in a fairly difficult industry. But the 6 of us actually live together. We share rent, and it's it's not an enormous house, but the same sort of place in London would be absolutely astronomically expensive. So we have benefits in that angle as well. The cost of living is lower. I think most of that is owing to the fact that we all live together and we all eat together and cook together, and we don't all sleep together, but some of us do. So yeah, it's the stories that you see in the rain dance picture there. That is all from experience. You know, they say shoot what you know. That's what we know.